Welcome to the Frank Harte Traditional Singing Walking Tour. You've just heard MacEochada playing Marshall Luanaigh and the slip jig Follow Me Up to Carlow. Our theme for this year's walk are the songs of history of Wicklow. Frank Harte believed that traditional songs about historic events and heroes gave the people hope. They vindicated and validated them as people of worth, with a proud history of resistance to injustice, and prevented them from being ground down by deprivation and poverty. The collection of songs and verse we're going to play today will demonstrate how down through the centuries great Wicklow leaders are faithfully remembered in song and verse of the people. Our tour route is through North Dublin. We're here in Phibsborough and we're going to be walking down the canal bank through the Blessington Street Basin Park, and then we're going to go to the Garden of Remembrance. Myself, Frank Nugent, my colleague here, Fergus Russell, and Eamonn Hunt, we will be introducing the singers along the way.
Our first singer of the tour will be Frank Nugent, and Frank is going to sing a song known as Our Ship She Is Ready. It's an old traditional song, a favourite of many traditional singers. It has a wonderful chorus, and it was written as a paean to Wicklow, the beauties of Wicklow and of South Dublin, and it's an ancient traditional song.
Oh, our ship, she is ready to bear away. Come, comrades, o'er the stormy seas. Her snow-white wings, oh, they are unfurled, and soon we'll swim in the watery world. Goodbye, my love, soul's brightest pearl. Oh, my lovely dark-haired, blue-eyed girl. For to leave you here grieves my heart full sore, but if life remains, we will meet once more. Oh, don't forget, love, do not grieve, for the heart it is true and cannot deceive. Our hand and hand I will give to thee, so farewell, my love, and remember me. Oh, farewell to Dublin's hills and braes, to Killiney's mount and silvery seas, where many's the happy hours I spent, while lightering hours of joy away. Now night is past and comes the day, oh alas, my friends, I must away. But when I'm crossing the deep blue sea, old Ireland I will remember thee. Oh, don't forget, love, do not grieve, for the heart it is true and cannot deceive. Oh, my heart and hand I will give to thee, so farewell, my love, and remember me. Oh, farewell, now I must bid, oh, a fond adieu to Wicklow and her beauties too. Oh, Avoca's vale, where lovers meet, there to discourse in accents sweet. Delgany fair, likewise the glen, oh, the Dargle waterfall and then. Oh, the lovely scenes, oh, surrounding Bray, will be my thoughts when I'm far away. Oh, don't forget, love, do not grieve, for the heart it is true and cannot deceive. Oh, my heart and hand I will give to thee, So farewell, my love, and remember me. Oh, my own darling Norris, heart will break when a fond farewell of her I take. But when I'm crossing the deep blue sea, old Ireland I will remember thee. Oh, Erin dear, it grieves my heart, oh, to think from you I have to part. We're friends so ever dear and kind, oh, in sorrow I must leave behind. Oh, don't forget, love, do not grieve, for the heart it is true and cannot deceive. Oh, my heart and hand I will give to thee, so farewell, my love, and remember me.
Well done, Frank. Hesitation to sing the chorus. There was a great battle fought by the forces, the Irish forces, led by Feagh McHugh, against the English forces, led by Lord Grey. The result of the battle was a great victory for the Irish side and left 800 dead Englishmen on the plains. It's sung here, it was written by P.J. McCall and is sung here by Alison O'Donnell.
Lift McGarrow, your face, brooding o'er the old disgrace that Black Fitzwilliam stormed your place, drove you to the fern. Grey said victory was sure, soon the firebrand we'd secure, until he met at Glenmalure with Feagh McHugh o' Byrne. Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Feagh will do what Feagh will dare. Now Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, on we go for by the Lord. Feagh McHugh has given the word, follow me up to Carlow. See the swords of Glenamal flash in all the English pale. See all the children of the Gael beneath O'Byrne's banners. Rooster of the fighting stock, would you let a Saxon cock crow out upon an Irish rock? Fly up and teach him manners. Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Feagh will do what Feagh will dare. Now Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, on we go for by the Lord. Feagh McHugh has given the word, follow me up to Carlow. From Tassagar to Clonmore there flows a stream of Saxon gore. Oh, great is Rory O'Gomore for sending the loons to Hades. White to sick and Lane is fled, and now for Black Fitzwilliam's head we'll send it over dripping red to Lizzie and her ladies. Curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Feagh will do what Feagh will dare. Now Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, on we go for by the Lord. Feagh McHugh has given the word, follow me up to Carlow. Oh, curse and swear, Lord Kildare, Feagh will do what Feagh will dare. Now Fitzwilliam, have a care, fallen is your star low. Up with halberd, out with sword, on we go for by the Lord. Feagh McHugh has given the word, follow me up to Carlow.
Well done, Al. Well
Donall
done.
MacEochada, who was one of Feagh McHugh's own bards, he wrote this heartfelt lament for Feagh on seeing his quartered body at Dublin Castle. It's actually a 400-year-old witness statement. Eamonn Hunt has set a translation of this song to a tune.
Woe is me, ah, woe is me, and endless is my grief, because I've seen the severed head of my beloved chief. Not mine alone the bitter dole, full well may Ireland mourn. the traitor's blow that lay thee low, brave Feagh, McHugh of Byrne. I wish my eyes were blind before I saw that ghastly face. I wish the limbs had withered up that bore me to that place. I wish that I had never risen when fever struck me down. Ere I beheld that gory head in hateful Dublin town. Woe is me, ah, woe is me, that I had ears to hear the bitter news that Feagh was slain like wild beasts in his lair. I felt the words go through my heart, I felt my blood run cold, and like one dead I fell to earth ere half the tale was told. My curse be on him night and day, God's curse be on him too. The heartless wretch whose word betrayed the generous son of Hugh. Our clan will miss his sheltering arm, the church a bounteous friend. And strangers now unchecked will rob and ravage through the land. They bore his head across the sea, a butt for jibe and sport, to England's fierce and cruel queen and all her cruel court. O God, 'tis hard that this should be, and we can do no more than keen him on the echoing hills and weep him on the shore. God bless his soul, my chief, my prince, our land is low today. We have no ships to sail at sea, no troops in proud array. Yet we have men in pass and glen who yet shall make return. For that base blow that lay thee low, brave Feagh, McHugh of Byrne.
Another Wexford bard, Angus O'Dowla, wrote Marva de Feagh MacEochada. This is another lament for Feagh McHugh. Angus, he also saw the body of Feagh McHugh in Dublin, and he was appalled at the disregard for the great chief. Anton O'Farrakhan is going to read the original poem, Oscailge.
A cholan de chim gan cheann, sibh de eiscin de chearag mo bhrí, ranta sparrah in áclia, de éig se banamh a bheits a dhí. Tú an cholan de chonig sin, os cín mór chlua de bhion húl, cé tú an einrocht nua aniu, de bearmhacht de chion tús. A chuirp Irjark de bear clú, ó de chonnicú de cere chuid, ní bheith an crí céine im chliamh, is ní becuimrach cíal mo churp. Tú de gáil rairc mo rusk, rug lúil mo chus a gúl, a cholan de chlí mo shéin, ní chúlaríomh éacht mar hú. Cé a orthas aspa na mocht, nó cé a bhronnas cró léir, a cholan ó tír gan cheann, ní marthan de bear tar éis. Cé an níortha dríthe dúis, cé ó a bhuiad cuairt de hir, ó tí a cholan gan a bheith beo, cé cheanós ceol ná fian. Cere ball brist in na rúg, do chunnig women á clia, gá górín cere spar, tug mo chríomh á gáil chiach. Na buil sin de bheith gan cheann, tug críoch lain na learag núr, gan rir deora gan cheol crut, gan lua cólan gan chur clú. Marig de chi céasan na mál, léir gná brunú aramis ach, gá bíine ag gáil scían dhéir, marig tárig a réid a hacht. Scéal fá míad corí a cuí, buil lúfara an léich ón glean, rínte sparre crú a bheann chloch, déis cléichlíthe a na is an nealaf. Scaílte chorthú ó hir go tír, léich coigríoch de ching I de gún. Scaílteach bantracht, scaílteach scoil, is díamáiliom a gorsúd. Och a chin chnúiscin na grach, ó hir náwad le neart slúi, nach tarle I dú de honor ort, de cholan na choranúig. Sul de hunna céin de waraf, a bhí géin an aram nocht. Trúa mar a hále críam chlí, nó nach dal de bhí mar rusk. Fárír, ní ecem gebrach an trich luafar ná an lábheal. Is ní ecem chuiche an ceann, de bear cumme, dalaf is drach.
That poem that Anton has just read has been translated by Anton and Dr. Brendan O'Cronian, and it's available in our walking tour booklet, which can be found on the Frank Harte Festival site.
Michael Dwyer was not a national leader during the 1978 rebellion. However, his status as an effective local leader who stayed at large in the Wicklow Mountains till 1803 bestowed on him a mythical status. Our next song, The Three Flowers, by Norman G. Reddin, which will be sung by Mary O'Connor, links our elusive Wicklow hero to two of the great icons of Irish freedom in the Age of Revolution, Robert Emmet and Theobald Wolfetone. Mary.
One night when walking down a lane, as night was drawing nigh, I met a colleen with 3 flowers, and she more young than I. Saint Patrick bless you, dear, said I, if you be quick and tell the place where you did find these flowers, I seem to know so well. She took and kissed the first flower once, and softly said to me, this flower, it comes from the Antrim hills outside Belfast, said she. The name I call it is Wolfetone, the bravest flower of all, and I'll keep it fresh fresh beside my breast, though all the world should fall. She took and kissed the next flower twice, and softly said to me, "This flower I found in Thomas Street in Dublin fair," said she. "Its name is Robert Emmet, it's the youngest flower of all, and I'll keep it fresh beside my breast, though all the world should fall." She took and kissed the last flower thrice, and softly said to me, "This flower it comes from the Wicklow hills, its name is Dwyer," said she, "and Emmet, Tone, and Dwyer I'll keep, for I do love them all, and I'll keep them fresh beside my breast, though all the world should fall."
This next song was written in 1998 in the 200th anniversary or the bicentennial of the 1798 rebellion. It's written about the Wicklow chief, Michael Dwyer. It was written by a great friend of the club and a great singer, Mick Fowler, and it's sung for us here today by Páraic Luanaigh.
Protestant dissenter, Catholic defender, we never will surrender, give up the rights of man. On Cave Hill they have sworn it, in battle they have borne it, in song it is recorded, in blood o'er field and fen. The green flag ever glorious, mountains ring in chorus, but death it is before us, so many of us slain. In deepest Glen Malure there is nothing surer, young Michael Dwyer is ruler, his foes they cannot gain. To Wicklow's glens he started, from Father Murphy parted, who for Ulster has departed, to join the comrades there. Now he stands alone, defiant and forlorn, the cunning fox must hone his traps and not be snared. Lugnaquilorus, eagles screech and soar as the enemy he closes, but we remain unseen, locked in by winter's fold, fighting frost and cold. Young Dwyer he thinks of old, and he begins to speak. Hundreds have been slaughtered, by foes they had outnumbered, for pikes and shot encumbered, we could not gain the field. Though Owlerton escort thee, Wexford and then Gorey were all gained in glory, still we were forced to yield. At New Ross we were butchered, at Arklow we went under, and at Finnegar Hill were sundered, but we escaped to fight again. Protestant dissenter, Catholic defender, we never will surrender, give up the rights of man. McHugh and Byrne, Coakley, Roach and Cairns, Bagnall, Harvey, Father Roach and Kelly of Killan, Corbett, Nielsen, Jackson, the Emmets and McNevin, and Henry Joy McCracken were all united men. Russell, Shears and Teeling, Grogan, Holt and Rowan, the Furlongs, Father Murphy, and Wolftown best of all. In list then I have named them, now let us now proclaim them, their cause it could have gained then, a liberty for all.
This next song, Michael Dwyer, was written by T.D. Sullivan. It's going to be sung today by Jerry O'Reilly. It's interesting that in February of 1799, information was passed to the Highland Regiment of the whereabouts of Michael Dwyer in the Glen of Amal. The song tells the rest of the story.
At length, brave Michael Dwyer, you and your trusty men, are hunted o'er the mountains and are tracked into the glen. Sleep not, but watch and listen, with ready blade and ball, as the soldiers seek your hiding place tonight in wild Amal. They searched the valley o'er and o'er till at the dawn of day they discovered where the outlawed and the dauntless rebel lay. Around that little cottage they formed in a ring and called out, Michael Dwyer, surrender to the king. Then up spoke Michael Dwyer, into this house we came, unasked by these good people, so they cannot be to blame. So let this guiltless couple and children pass you through, and when they have reached safety, I will tell you what we'll do. 'Twas done, then said O'Dwyer, now let your work begin. You are 100 outside, and we're only 4 within. We have heard your haughty summons, and this is our reply. Oh, we're true united Irishmen, and we'll fight until we die. Then burst the war's red thunder, and flowed the leaden rain. The hills around re-echoed, and the thunder pealed again. And many's the fallen soldier O'Dwyer saw with pride, but alas, one gallant comrade lie wounded by his side. But still there's 3 remaining good battle for to do. Their arms are strong and steady, and their aim is quick and true. But hark what furious shouting the savage soldiers raise. The house is fired about their heads, and the roof is in a blaze. Then higher, ever higher, the lurid flames arose, and louder still the laughter and the cheering of their foes. When up spoke brave McAllister, that weak and wounded man, oh, you shall escape, my comrades, and this will be your plan. Place in my hand a musket and lie you on the floor, and I will face the soldiers and I'll open wide the door. Oh, they'll pour into my bosom the fire of their arrays, and when their guns are empty, dash through them and away. He stood before the foemen revealed amidst the flame, and from the levelled pieces the wished for volleys came. Up sprang the 3 companions for whom our hero died, but only Michael Dwyer burst through the ranks outside. He baffled his pursuers who followed like the wind. He swam the river Slaney and he left them all behind. And many's the English soldier O'Dwyer swore would fall, for those three loyal comrades he lost in wild amal.
Seamus Heaney's poem, Requiem for the Croppy, is a perfect introduction to the traditional song, The Croppy Boy. Eamonn Hunt is going to read the poem, followed by Eugene McEldowney, who will sing the song.
Requiem for the Croppies by Seamus Heaney. The pockets of our greatcoats full of barley, no kitchens on the run, no striking camp. We moved quick and sudden in our own country. The priest lay behind ditches with the tramp, a people hardly marching on the hike. We found new tactics happening each day. We'd cut through reins and rider with the pike and stampede cattle into infantry, then retreat through hedges where cavalry must be thrown, until on Vinegar Hill, the final conclave. Terraced thousands died, shaking scythes at cannon. The hillside blushed, soaked in our broken wave. They buried us without shroud or coffin, and in August the barley grew up out of the grave.
'Twas early, early, all in the spring. The birds did whistle and sweetly sing, changing their notes from tree to tree. And the song they sang was Old Ireland Free. 'Twas early, early, all in the night. The Yeoman cavalry gave me a fright. The Yeoman cavalry were my downfall. I was taken prisoner by Lord Cornwall. And as I was marched up old Wexford Hill, oh, who could blame me to cry my fill? I looked behind and I looked before, but my own dear mother I'll see no more. And as I was marched up old Wexford Street, my own first cousin I chanced to meet. My own first cousin did me betray, and for 1 guinea sold my life away. 'Twas in Duncannon this young man died, and in Duncannon his body lies. Good folk and true, as you may pass by, spare a thought, say a prayer for the Croppy boy.
Billy Byrne was a Wicklow man who led the corps from Ballymanus in the battles of 1798, including on Vinegar Hill. After defeat, he went on the run to Dublin, where he was in hiding, but he was betrayed and brought back to Wicklow jail, where he was cruelly tortured. He was tried, sentenced to death, and hung in September 1799. This song is an old song that was written about the events and is sung here by our friend Deirdre Tobin.
Come all ye brave united men, I hope you'll lend an ear and listen to these verses I mean to let you hear, concerning noble Billy Byrne, a man of great renown, who was tried and hanged in Wicklow as a traitor to the crown. It was in the year of 99 we had reason to complain, for we lost our great commander. Billy Byrne was his name. In Dublin he was taken and brought to Wicklow jail, and to our consternation for him they take no bail. And when they had him taken, those traitors they came in. There was Dixon, Doyle, and Davis, and likewise Bidulin. They thought it little scruple his precious blood to spill, who never robbed nor murdered, nor to any man did ill. And when he was a prisoner, they loud against him swore, that he a captain's title upon Mount Pleasant bore, before the king's grand army his men he did review, and with one piece of cannon he marched on to Carrick. It would melt your heart with pity how those traitors did explain, how Byrne worked the cannon on our close bloody plain. They swore he led the pikemen on with hearty right goodwill, and on his retreat to Gorey 3 loyal men did kill. One of these persecutors I often heard him tell, how at his father's table he was always treated well, and in his brother's kitchen where many did them see. So the Byrnes were well rewarded for their civility. They swore he had 1,000 men all under his command, all ready for to join the French as soon as they would land. They swore he was committed to support the united cause. The judge he cried out guilty, to be hanged by England's laws. My curse light on you, Dixon, I ne'er will curse your soul. Upon the stand at Wicklow you swore without control, the bearing of false witness you thought unrepented little sin, to deprive the county Wicklow of the flower of its men. Where are you, Matthew Davis, or why don't you come on to prosecute the prisoner who now lies in Rathdrum? The devil has him fast in chains, repenting of his sin, in lakes of fire and brimstone and sulphur to the chin. When the devil saw him coming, he sang a pleasant song, saying, "Welcome, Matthew Davis, what kept you out so long? Where is that traitor Dixon, to the crown so loyal and true? For him I've a warm corner, and for cursed Bidoolin too." God rest you, Billy Byrne, may your name forever shine through Wicklow, Wexford and Kildare and all along the line. May the Lord have mercy on his soul and all such men as he, who stood upright for Ireland's right and fought for liberty.
Our next song is Modern Luan Kinkisha by McHugh Og O'Longain. The song bemoans the fact that while Leinster and Ulster rose in rebellion in 1798, regrettably Munster did not. Now, the version of the song we hear today is not O'Longain's original text, but a version taken from, which has been modified in the oral tradition. It's taken from Nicholas Tobin's 1978 publication Dúnara Déiseach, agus MacEochada anóg, seo í mar in Chrónín.
Modern Luan Kinkisha, Lauren Shifras Lawn, the valley Derna Kaba Connacht the Yanavan, the Crinny Myrna Dimple is the Lothamar Hardinte, is the Hogamar Kjodriachte go even hos again. Stas is mobile Maraka Gos cariving kjón agus cuairt agus na sasanaí chun seasa bhain ar gcóir. Beir scéile crin bhaile wem de downaí di an nafarin. Gur chun sléimhe curra chun rasin nar hasah in singló. Stá bheith cas an buachil is an chalín ceannaí cas. Do bhí ag amach suas ar thuairis na bhar. Beir scéile crin dóibh uimse go bhfuil Captain Lambert fuair lag. Heimh leef gohuig nach gan twama na lag. Is cawalad na moonig nu an fear gamarad bio. Nar honig sheet nar dimpel agus cawrw lin siglo. Mar is dacker partish grieba agus clanabur the bird on our malte duchish delish vi egar shin shuri Do honig en ro chanacht going kedes mila lach. On herred hiena wally going ever him carts of wear. So evnes lay near to good dive gur vul mer well fair. Shame layn ar shilu willis carp ar var in herlay. Es pershkelas was kan muan hum arun yels store. Es in a shunshkel fwy chwgoif gwylan sgwr shen ar gor. Mar is mo lana fyrin fion gal agus anar village winter agus ogar clishte lufer sun your when fio. Ma lenner an muan na raire nor a dain am an glow. Fwy aram glanta grain ver if agert in our gore. Dagad go trashin agus neart ar night nar dimple. A gram a chreen a lining Biad a dain an tinne leo.
Up the line.
A song made popular by Maggie Barty was the half door. It has an association with Wicklow. There was a lot of etiquette concerning the use of the half door. It was used to allow wind in and wind out and chickens in and children out. And in Inishmaan I was told that there was part of the tradition was that the people inside were allowed to spit out, but the people outside were not allowed to spit in. Okay. Angela Murray is going to sing the song for us, and it's a light-hearted song. In the song it mentions the Shaskeen rail, and after Angela has finished, the O'Connor family will follow with a plain rendition of the Shaskeen rail.
As I was walking down the road, I spied a cosy neat abode, the half door swinging open wide. You're welcome and come in here. God save all here, I kindly said. A sweet colleen popped out her head. God save ye kindly, sir, she said. Come in and close the half door. Well, she had a basket on her knee, 'twas full of potatoes I could see. Every one of them carefully she peeled before me eyes there. She looked at me with a roguish smile. She said, sit down and rest a while, since you came back to Erin's Isle. we never close the half door. She said, play up the Shaskeen reel and I will make you happy feel. She turned right upon her heel and lifted off the half door. I played that tune with grace and style. With every step she winked and smiled, till my poor heart she had beguiled, dancing on the half door. She said, now Sean, you have to stay until I wet the cup of tea, and then you can be on your way, and I'll hang up the half door. She didn't have to ask me twice, her currant cake and tea was nice. Before I left, I kissed her twice, she leaned across the half door.
Charles Stewart Parnell, he was the founder with Michael Davitt of the Irish National Land League in 1879. He was a very effective parliamentarian who won great influence by his balancing of constitutional, political and economic issues and by his skillful use of parliamentary procedures. He shaped and founded the Irish Parliamentary Party, which he managed as a disciplined democratic party to great effect. However, in 1890, public revelations about his personal life resulted in some British Liberals refusing to work with him and strong opposition to him from Irish Catholic bishops. He died aged 45 years, leaving behind the possibility that Home Rule could have been achieved without bloodshed, had he not been brought down by circumstances in his personal life. His funeral at the Glasnevin Cemetery in Dublin was attended by 200,000 people. Many of the songs about Parnell reflect the sadness of his passing, his betrayal and the loss of a great leader, none more so than the next two songs to be sung. There's always been a tinge of sadness of what might have been had Parnell's political surge not been undermined by a scandal concerning his personal life. That sadness is reflected in all the songs which commemorate the great politician. The first song, The Blackbird of Sweet Avondale, is being sung for us today by Frank Harte's granddaughter, Siobhán Harte.
By the sweet bay of Dublin, while carelessly strolling, I sat myself down by a green myrtle shade, reclined on the beach as the wild waves were rolling. In sorrow condoling, I saw a fair maid, her robes changed to mourning, that once were so glorious. I stood in amazement to hear her sad wail. Her heartstrings burst forth with wild accents uproarious, saying, "Where is my blackbird of sweet Avondale? To the fair counties Meath, Wexford, Cork and Tipperary, the rights of old Ireland my blackbird did sing. But woe to the hour when with heart light and airy, when he from my arms to Dublin took wing. The Fowlers waylaid him in hope to ensnare him, while I hear in sorrow his absence bewail. Sure it grieves me to think that the walls of Kilmainham surround the dear blackbird of sweet Avondale. Oh, Erin, my country, awake from your slumber, and bring back my blackbird so dear unto me, and let everyone know by the strength of your number that we as a nation would wish to be free. The cold prison dungeons is no habitation for one to his country was loyal and true. So give him his freedom without hesitation, and remember that he fought hard for freedom and you. Oh, heaven, give ear to my consolation, and strengthen the brave sons of old Granuaile, and God grant that my country will soon be a nation, and bring back my blackbird to sweet Avondale.
Come Gather Round Me Parlour Nights is another song written by W.B. Yeats in 1937. He published it as a broadsheet with a drawing by his brother Jack B. Yeats of men raising a glass in the pub, presumably to Parnell. Manus O'Riordan is going to sing the song for us.
Come gather round me, Parnellites, and praise our chosen man. Stand upright on your legs a while, stand upright while you can. For soon we lie where he is laid, and he is underground. Come fill up all your glasses, and pass the bottle round. And here's a cogent reason, and I have many more. He fought the might of England and saved the Irish poor. Whatever good a farmer's got, he brought it all to pass. And here's another reason that Parnell loved a lass. And here's a final reason he was of such a kind. Every man that sings a song keeps Parnell in his mind. For Parnell was a proud man, no prouder trod the ground. And a proud man's a lovely man, so pass the bottle round. The bishops and the party that tragic story made, a husband that had sold his wife, and after that betrayed. But stories that live longest are sung above the glass, and Parnell loved his country, and Parnell loved his lass.
Fanny and Anna were the two younger sisters of Parnell. They supported their brother by co-founding the Ladies' Land League in 1880 to fundraise in America for the Land League. And when the leaders of the Land League were detained in Kilmainham jail in 1881, they staged several protests led by Anna, becoming very radical. Fanny Parnell stayed on in America. She was known as a fine poet, and she published a collection of poems titled Land League Songs, which contained her best-known poem, Hold the Harvest. The words of that are printed in the Walking Tour booklet this year. Now, another of her poems, Coercion, Hold the Rent, was set to music, and she addressed it to the tenant farmers of Ireland. So this is the song we're going to hear today, sung by Fergus Russell.
Hush, the time is coming, boys. Peace be still, O stormy hearts. Seize the wolf dog in his spring. Stay the eagle as he darts. Close the fevered lips that call, vainly call to earth and sky. Curb the arm that aches to choke down your foe's black throat the lie. Hold your peace and hold your hand, hold your rent when all is tried. Only through an empty pouch you shall pierce the Briton's side. Only through an empty pouch, boys, you will pierce the Briton's side. Hold the rent and hold the crops, boys. I've passed the word from town to town. Take away all the props, boys, and we'll pull coercion down. Keep the law, oh, keep it well. Keep it as your rulers do. Be not righteous over much. When they break it, so can you. When they rend their pledge and bond, rend you to your legal tongues. When they crush your chartered rights, crush you down your chartered wrongs. Help them on and help them I, help them as true brethren should. What is right and good for them, boys, so for you is right and good. What is right and good for them, boys, for you is right and good. Hold the rent and hold the crops, boys. Pass the word from town to town. Take away all the props, boys, and we'll pull coercion down. Oh, for you they'll tear and toss Magna Carta to the winds. Law of man or law of God, ne'er their throttling fingers binds. Hear their raging as of old, when the just judge found no flaw. When the law condemneth not, they shall perish without law. Hold your hand and hold your peace, not one finger on them lay. Let the pike and rifle stand, we have found a better way. Let the pike and rifle stand, boys, we have found a better way. Hold the rent and hold the crops, boys. Pass the word from town to town. Take away all the props, boys, and we will pull coercion down. While one brave heart gasped and heard, stifled neath their panther's grip, while one woman's scalding tears vainly for the lost one drip, while one jail a victim holds, while one hearthstone mourns one gap. Up and shout the shibboleth that can make those fetters snap. Never heed the perjured wig, never heed for canter curse. No coercion coerced, better than an empty purse. No coercion coerced, boys, better than an empty purse. So hold the rent and hold the crops, boys, pass the word from town to town. Take away all the props, boys, and we'll pull coercion down.
The late Eamonn the butler said, those that don't believe that Wicklow is a magic place should remember that Oisin came off his horse in that very county on his way back from Tirnanog. Dave Lordan's poem, The Lost Tribe of the Wicklow Mountains, it's such a journey.
I believe in them, so they do exist. In the Wicklow Mountains it is easier to hide than you think. Behind waterfalls, in sunless crevices, in densest rhododendron foliage, on slopes of fluttering shadow and scree. Nothing I know of speaks of these tribes apart from these lines. They might be waifs who escaped from the lead mines. They might be vagrants who dropped out of ballads and poems. They might be rebels who outran the redcoats until the redcoats dissolved. They might be ravers and Wiccans who squat in high ruins, throwing thousand-day hoolies, cavorting in roofless great halls. They might change into foxes in moonlight and paw through the motorway snow to scavenge the suburban dustbins. But, sincerely, this tribe has no patrons. It fits no descriptions. Nothing about it beyond its certain existence translates. No reason, no thesis, no customs, no goal. This tribe is my credo, that's all. Strong is my fate, strong is my beat, strong is my magic, strong is my want, and wanting I rise till I'm vanishing with them, spinning into a mist where I'll never be spotted outside Mullaghcleavan. Oh, it's so righteous to stray. It's so good to abandon. It's so just to ascend with the lost and forgotten to summits the rooted cannot even imagine. Thank you.
Perhaps the best known song about Parnell is Have You Been to Avondale, written by Dominic Bean, a great Dubliner who wrote many fine songs. The song resounds, I think, with the sadness of what happened to Parnell and the outturn. If anyone has been to Avondale, it's full of trees, and you can imagine this song resounding in Avondale. Christy Moore is going to sing it for us.
Oh, have you been to Avondale, or lingered in her lovely vale, where tall trees whisper all o'er the tale of Avondale's proud eagle. Long years that green and lovely glade has nursed Parnell, her proudest gale. Like Christ was 30 pieces paid for Avondale's proud eagle. Oh, have ye been to Avondale, or lingered in her lovely dale, where tall trees whisper alow the tale of Avondale's proud eagle, where proud and ancient glories fade, such was the place where he was laid. Like Christ was 30 pieces paid for Avondale's proud eagle. Oh, have you been to Avondale, or lingered in her lovely vale, where tall trees whisper alow the tale of Avondale's proud eagle? Oh, have you been to Avondale,